They're gonna decriminalize marijuana at the federal level.
They did.
Oh yeah. They did. What do you think about that?
I think it's a start. I think it's the start of a new age. You know, first it starts from it starts at the top. It's going to start trickling down. Next thing you know, I think there's a couple states that we have that's legalized it.
California, Colorado. Well, Denver's in Colorado, right?
Denver, Colorado, yes.
Denver, Colorado.
What is it? North Carolina,
Minnesota.
North Carolina, no, they're
No?
still
Not yet. They're very Republican.
But
They won't
but
accept
a
it.
lot of states already have dispensaries. They already
Miami has a weed dispensary.
Yeah, I know we
Literally,
do.
yeah.
Several.
Yeah, so it's just a matter of time. But I think once the feds give it a go, it's a wrap for everybody. Soon.
So it's just waiting to take effect. Maybe.
Did you guys see that the NBA they're not testing for marijuana
That's
anymore?
why
So
J.R. Smith was trending.
yeah,
For real? I don't know that.
yeah. So they issued out a statement.
behind.
They said they're not doing random testing for marijuana anymore. So, I mean, it just goes to show you that the tests are there. The research is there.
Yeah.
That
But to me, the NBA was testing for weed. What does weed do to give you an advantage over someone?
No, I don't think it would. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
I think
I just wanted them to be clean.
I just think it was more so
The image,
the image, right? So for a long time, marijuana was looked down upon,
like a bad,
like a bad thing. You know, it was like that. But like I said, the research has shown it helps cancer. It helps with arthritis. It helps with back pain. Spasms. You know, it helps with seizures.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think literally as short as like 4 years ago, it was like, bro, you smoke weed? Like, don't tell anybody you smoke weed.
You would lose your contract. Like I forgot it. A couple years ago in the NFL draft, you remember the guy with the gas mask?
Yeah.
And he was supposed to be like a top 5 pick. He went all the way in like the 3rd, 4th round.
Yeah.
Because of the gas
Because
mask.
of
They're like, bro, he smokes weed.
He's done.
Terrible. He's
I have no
still
idea what you're
balling
talking
out
about.
in the NFL.
I don't know if you remember Ricky Williams.
I don't remember who that
You don't
is.
remember Ricky Williams?
No.
He was our running back for the Dolphins, bro.
I don't remember.
Dude, top running back.
Yeah.
Okay? Top running back. Came out of Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Monster. He smoked some weed, and the Dolphins was like, you got to get out of here.
For real?
You got to get out of here.
There's a difference between you know what PEDs are, right, Peds? PEDs?
No, I don't know what that
Can you
is.
explain?
So sports, that's like steroids.
Uh-huh.
So there's different types of PEDs.
Oh,
So
performance enhancement drugs.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
that's what it
okay,
stands. Yeah,
okay.
performance enhancement drugs. There's different types. There's ones that help, like, say if I broke my leg, it helps my leg grow faster. Like not like the leg, but like the bone.
It helps the muscle.
Heal
It helps the
faster.
muscle
Not
heal
grow it
fast.
faster.
Yeah, not the
steroids.
knee.
Yeah,
they
Yeah.
chopped off.
Doctors prescribe that.
They prescribe it.
Yeah,
They
they
want you, but
prescribe
they
it,
don't want the
yeah.
athletes to. They don't want the athletes to use it because they feel like that's enhancing them and somehow it's going to give them an extra edge. But if doctors are prescribing it for you to get better faster, so you can have that leg weight, I don't see what's the problem with it. So that's why I don't remember. I think his name was Josh Brown from the Cleveland Browns.
Josh Brown from the Cleveland Browns.
I don't remember.
He was like this gangster wide receiver. I think Josh Gordon.
Josh Gordon.
Josh Gordon.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
that's
yes,
his name.
yes,
Like he kept getting caught with weed,
Right.
with marijuana. To
Right.
me, I'm like, bro, that's
Right.
not like the biggest thing. But he was caught with other stuff, not just weed. He was caught with like cocaine in the system,
Right.
PEDs. But
That's
to me,
that's what people were. That's the argument. So they're not saying weed is bad. They said weed is a gateway drug. So more than likely, if you have weed on you, they're gonna say, "Oh, you're probably
You're gonna
doing
go
coke,
to
or
coke
you're
one.
probably
Where are
doing,
the rest of the drugs?
where the that's what they're saying. So weed is the gateway drug. But if we're just putting weed in that one box, then we're talking about leaps in medical
yeah,
advances. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I've never smoked, so I have no idea.
yeah.
I
me
think they
either,
just
yeah.
it's just an intake, man. I'm not too sure how, but what I'm confused is how are the people who are in jail? How is this going to change?
That's what I was going to
yeah.
ask. Like, if
Because
it's
to me, if it's not legal, why are there still Why is there still people in prison doing 20 years for selling a whole bunch? Like, are you going to release them?
Yeah. Yeah,
Are they? Because there's still people in jail.
I believe I believe once it goes down to the state level. So, say if in the state of Florida says, "Hey, we decriminalizing marijuana," they got to go revisit all those cases. It's going to take time. It's not going to be like next day thing.
Yeah, yeah.
They're gonna,
you all are released.
You have to you got to revisit those cases, man.
Yeah.
I agree. As like you said, it's people in jail 20 years for drug cases that only dealt with marijuana.
And that's like the dumbest thing ever.
You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't like.
Or it's people that have it on their regular. But think about regular Joe Schmoes that's working construction or cutting grass because they sold grass. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, but I don't think that would come off their record.
they sponge it. or it's not looked as a bad.
I was
gonna say
But
that,
they
yeah.
put down like say when they look it up, they're gonna see he served this much time because of this.
And then
That it's already a negative stigmatization on that person's record.
right.
Yeah, because it's kind of like, it's legal now, but like back then, whenever
Yeah,
it happened,
you did it when
it's
it
like
wasn't legal.
You
Like,
still
you're
you
still a
still
bad
did
guy.
something you weren't supposed to do,
Exactly.
which is why people
Remember,
can still look at it that way.
alcohol was
Illegal, bro. That thing
That was
it
like
was illegal.
years ago.
Imagine
Back
that,
then, bro.
beer was illegal.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
I mean, once they realized how much money was into it, guess what?
The government came and they started charging taxes and doing all this.
Let's
other
do
crap.
that.
Yeah,
Let's do,
that thing
let's-
was.
let's just go on-
But how they made it was like, if you ever look at these old movies of them in like the early 20s, because this is around the Great Depression,
right?
when they made it legal. Like, it was literally mobsters. Like, that was the thing to sell.
You ever
They're
seen that-
robbing banks to support their alcohol making beverages, like just to sell that. Like, that was the crazy thing back then. They were
Right.
killing for it.
You ever seen that show Moonshiners with those rednecks?
Yeah,
that shit's kind of interesting. I'm not gonna
no,
lie.
it's an interesting thing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's very interesting. It's very interesting,
Yeah, but that's they were drinking mortar oil. That moonshine is serious, bro.
dude. That thing would
That-
kill
I
you.
don't, I don't
that-
drink
That
it
thing
either.
is
would kill
terrible,
you.
bro.
A relative of mine was telling me about this alcohol in Africa. He said it's killing all their kids. Like it's literally 80% alcohol.
Oh my
He
god.
said, bro, by the age of like 26, they're done. They're like dead. Their kidneys is over. Their liver's done. He says it's bad over there with that.
Mm.
But to me, it's just one of those things where it happens to some people. Others it don't. It just depends on that person's restriction level of it. If that makes sense. Like, I can say no
Mhm.
at certain times.
I'm sure the people who are in jail for it though. I'm still like, because jail, going to jail. It's not just go to jail. You
Bro,
gotta pay. You gotta
change
pay
your
a lot.
whole mindset.
No, you gotta pay a lot of money to go to jail, because there's always like fines and fees and
Yeah.
just anything to get
Yeah.
what you need in there.
Yeah.